gloves, gloves, gloves. They're made in so many different shapes, sizes, and styles. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over what ounce gloves you should use and what you should use them for. So in front of me, I have 6 pairs of gloves in all different sizes. So we're going to start off with the biggest 16-ounce gloves. These are used for mainly sparring and pretty much anything that you can really do with them. You can use these for bag work, you can use these for pad work. Overall, 16-ounce gloves are a great glove because they're good for any and everything you could possibly think of. So next, we're moving down a size. Yes, we're gonna be going from largest to smallest. So now we go down to 14-ounce gloves. These kind of fall into the same category as 16 ounces. They're a little bit smaller, so a little less padding, but you can use them for the exact same thing. Me personally, I've used these for sparring, I've used these for pad work, I've used these for bad work. I've used these for pretty much everything. That's the reason I got the 16 ounces, because I pretty much put these through the ringer when I first got them. If you don't want the 16 ounce, definitely get a 14 ounce. However, because of my use of these, they get kind of worn down. So please take care of your gloves. Make sure that you're cleaning them, make sure that you're taking care of them, make sure they don't smell bad or anything like that. And they will last you a very, very, very long time. Next up on the list is a 12-ounce glove. So now you're starting to get into the realm of not really sparring, but mainly bag and pad work. These are still kind of iffy. It depends on what you're doing, but these are the sizes now where you're kind of getting into fight gloves. As an amateur in the United States, at least in this state, we fight in 12-ounce gloves. So technically, I hit pads and hit the bag with a glove that I will be fighting in. It's all up to personal preference. You can go down a size, you can go up a size. Personally, I just recommend using a 12-ounce glove. If you're gonna fight in a 12-ounce glove, you'll get to understand the weight of the glove. You get to understand how you can maneuver your punches through the holes and everything like that. As you can see, this glove is a little bit different from the last two. It has a longer wrist support. It has a wrist splint, so it protects your wrist a lot better than the other ones do. My 16-ounce gloves are lace up. These other 14-ounce gloves are Velcro. These are also Velcro, but they're just made a little different. 3 different size gloves, all made completely different. Next up is a glove that you guys have already seen before. On my last video is my 10-ounce gloves. These are lace-up gloves. These are also into the realm of fight gloves. Most professionals and some amateurs, depending on the promotion, fight in 10-ounce gloves. These are a lot smaller, a lot less padding, and they're a tighter fit on your hands. Make sure that you're ready to have your hand kind of squeezed up in these gloves. They are very unforgiving when it comes to punching incorrectly. I've definitely hurt my hand in the time that I've been using these, simply from the lack of padding that I'm just not used to. As you can see, these are kind of thin gloves. They're kind of thin, so there's not a lot of margin for error here when you're punching, and it doesn't have that wrist splint like the other ones do, like the 12-ounce gloves. It really depends on you and your style. If you like these smaller gloves, go ahead, get them. But if you prefer a thicker glove that has a little bit more support, a little bit more padding, then go with the 12s. Now we're moving into the really small gloves. We're moving into MMA gloves. These, I would say, are a 6-ounce glove. These are specifically made for MMA sparring. As you can see, a lot of padding up here. Because they're smaller, naturally, there's a lot more force that's going into this punch. So with that, you have to be aware of your power and your control. These do not feel great. Just because they're padded up here does not mean they're very soft. These are very hard gloves. You can bend them up and everything like that, but they definitely pack a punch. You can use these for bags, you can use these for mitts, you can use these for sparring. I've used them for all 3, and they're a pretty good glove. As you see here, these gloves have a double loop wrist system. So it definitely protects your wrist. Your wrist will not get bent up in these. Trust me, I've thrown some pretty hard punches and I guarantee you I've punched wrong and my wrist was just fine with these. Now, our last pair of gloves, MMA fight gloves. These are 4-ounce gloves. They're very thin. I only recommend you use these on pads or bags. Do not hit anyone in sparring with these gloves. They're very small. It's not a lot of padding on them. They're very, very thin gloves. There's not much wrist support here. So you definitely have to be careful with the way you punch and what you're doing with these gloves. So now that we've gone over all the gloves, it's now up to you to pick which one you like the most, from the 16s all the way down to the 4s. Please choose wisely. However, it is personal preference. Certain people like certain gloves. People like different styles of gloves. There are plenty of gear companies all over the world that offer different types of gloves, different styles, different colors, different shapes, different sizes, and everything like that. Me personally, I go with Combat Corner. I'll leave my affiliate link down in the description below. If you want to check out some of their gloves, feel free to go on their site and just have a look. You don't have to buy anything if you don't want to, but if you do, I will also have a discount code in the description that only lasts for this week. So get on that. With that being said, these are all my gloves and the gloves that I use pretty much on a daily basis. Pick your gloves to your liking and train safe, guys. It's been your boy Tino. Peace out.